Well, thank you, Jerry. At the Historical Society, Jerry is known as Mr. History. As I'm past president, I'm just history. Well, Lee Jourard always brought wit and wisdom to meetings of the Hastings County Historical Society. He didn't hesitate ever to stand up and quickly correct somebody who was wrong on their facts, and I know there are a number of members of the society here today who will tell me I'm right on that. We have a regular feature called Minus 100, in which a member of the society rummages around in the pages of the Intelligencer of 100 years ago and comes up with a report of events a century ago. Well, Lee's report was always a favorite because he presented it as radio news. He'd press one hand against his ear and say in his most serious radio voice, "This just in. 2 drunks were arrested at the corner of Bridge in Front last night. They were released this morning and told us to be sober at the next council meeting." Well, Lee and Eleanor loved to play the roles of historical Bellvillians. So when we opened the Heritage Centre in the old Thurlow Township Hall on Canfton Road a dozen years ago, they came in costume of a much earlier era, or they went to the back of their closet, I'm not sure which. I had put my limited carpentry skills to work and constructed a weighted toll gate which you could lift with one finger. It was counterbalanced with a rock from the nearby Moira River. So the gate barricaded entry into the building until the building was officially opened and the gate was lifted. And Lee had a lot of fun playing with that. Another memory seared into my mind was the fridge light incident. Lee had often told me that if we were ever stuck for a speaker or someone to introduce or thank a guest, we could always ask them to step in even at the last moment. I'm sure you've heard his line. It goes something like this: "When the fridge door opens, as soon as the light falls on me, I can do a 20-minute monologue." So one year we had invited author Charlotte Gray to be our guest speaker at the annual Historical Society banquet. I had intended to ask Lee to thank her, and the operative word here is intended. As Ms. Gray was winding up her speech, I glanced over to Lee's table to see if he was ready to rise and thank her. He looked back at me but made no indication he was about to do anything. And in an instant, I realized that although I had intended to ask him, I'd never got around to it. So Charlotte Gray finished her speech. She sat down to enthusiastic applause, and a red-faced, flustered Historical Society president, that'd be me, got up and stumbled through a makeshift thank you. As I understand it, she's here in Belleville this afternoon down at the library. Probably part of her contract is that I do not thank her for the speech. Anyway, it was no fridge door speech. But I would guess that wherever the sunshine is falling on the spirit of Lee Jourard, there's also a fridge door speech going on for all eternity. Thank you very much.